Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. Having a narcissist as a parent is really frustrating, especially because they don't know that they are the problem. Today we're going to be talking about having a narcissist as a parent and how it affects your upbringing. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's your mom, your dad, or your grandparent or your siblings. Having a narcissist as a family member is a problem. If you have a parent as a narcissist, you'll notice that they're very manipulative. That parent will use shame and guilt to manipulate you. Often you'll notice that they'll compare you with your other siblings and even other children in the neighborhood. If they have that golden child in the family, they will divert all that love to that child, not realizing that this will cause a huge barrier between the other siblings. If you are the black sheep of the family, you find yourself that you have to prove to your parents that you can do better and you can do everything that's right. Even though you have to prove to yourself, you constantly have to make sure that you're not walking on eggshells, especially around the parent that is a narcissist, because you don't know how they may take it. Every day's got its own challenges. You also get to find yourself not fully trusting that narcissist parent because most of the time they're lying, just because they want to please everyone so that the people around them can see them as very nice people. On the other hand, you get to carry those trust issues with you as you grow up. You begin to have those boundaries where you don't trust people around you because of those trust issues that you are carrying with you throughout your adulthood, and it affects your relationship and the people around you as well. It affects your upbringing, that you're so negative with everything that you always want to prove to yourself that you are also right. This is not something that you realize that you're doing, but because you were brought up by a narcissist parent, this is what you know and you think it's right. Sometimes you become a people's pleaser and you find yourself not able to say no when it comes to decisions because you want them to love you and accept you for who you are. And yet some of these things you don't want to do and they really frustrate you. But because you want to be loved and accepted, you find yourself saying yes all the time. You don't have to do that. You are repeating the same thing that your narcissist parent was doing to you. And you don't even realize that. And you're repeating that because you are feeling that lack of love that you never had. You feel unsafe even with the people around you, people that care for you. You have to keep yourself on flight mode in order to protect yourself. End up building that wall around you just because you don't trust anyone, because of the background that you come from. When you are brought up from a narcissist parent, you find that that parent lacks no empathy. Maybe as a child you were bullied by other children at school. Instead of your parent that is supposed to protect you ends up accusing you and criticizing you and reminding you how stupid you are being bullied by other children. A normal parent will get to the root of the problem and go to the school and solve the issue. No normal parent will want their child to be abused by other children. They'll get to find out what is the problem and deal with that problem. But if you have a narcissist parent, they won't do those things for you. Instead, they will blame you without even realizing that this damages the child. That parent lacks intimacy with the child. In fact, they take pleasure in making the child miserable. They will tell everyone your business and even react to their own emotions, but blame everyone for their own decision. They're highly critical. Nothing is good enough. They want to prove that they're always right because they enjoy to dominate. They will dominate the family, and if it's a wife, they will dominate the husband as well. Most of the time you find that if it's a narcissist mother, the husband is totally opposite. If they are financially okay, they get to decide the money that they give you. What do you do with it? What do you buy and how do you spend the money? Even though it's given to you, they make the decision. It's not your job to make a narcissist happy. They are not happy themselves. That's why they make your life miserable, even the people around them. They are so critical with the decisions that you might want to make. Things like career choices or maybe a job or even a business, so that you end up choosing the career that they want you to do just because they are paying the bills. They will remind you about how much money they've spent on you so that you can feel guilty. If you decide you want to leave home and start your own life, they will blackmail you and manipulate you as well because they want to be involved in everything and every decision that you make, including the person that you want to marry as well. When a good man comes your way and you're married and you have boundaries that you've set, they won't accept those boundaries. They will come anytime they feel like and invade your personal space. They don't want anything that is good for you, because everything that is good should come their way. They're just people that are very bitter in life. You're no longer under their control. So they want to make sure that whatever you do, even where you are, you're still frustrated. This is when they begin to sabotage your marriage and use your children against you. Because when it comes to a narcissist, they don't want to let go. Just like when you're married, they hate to lose. They will always want a victim to prey on. And the only way they can prey on this victim is when they can control the victim. And they will tell you things that just because now you're married, you don't care about them. Those are just emotional strings that they're playing on you in order to blame you so that you can feel bad. They're very good in pulling those emotional strings, because when it comes to a narcissist parent, they'll make you feel like you own them in order for them to meet their narcissist demands. With the emotional strings that they pull on you, it's okay to let it go. Don't feel bad because they are your parents. They've played a role in educating you and do what they are supposed to do as a parent. If you have to start your life, then do start your life. I'm not saying that you should just totally forget them, but do start your life. Sometimes it's okay to leave, especially if the situation was toxic. You have a right to leave because you know that this person will never change. They're just who they are. No matter how much you try to get them to change, they're just who they are. Because they don't know anything better except what they know. Because maybe they were brought up in the same toxic environment as well. You just need to learn to forgive and let go. Because this person will never change. They will always camouflage their own problems to put the blame on you. When you are brought up from a narcissist environment, there are things that you can do. One of them is to invest yourself by finding a local church and joining a life group and be surrounded with positive people. Even though you're from a narcissist background, make sure that you avoid using words that are negative. Deal with those wounds, and if you find it difficult, just ask God to help you to deal with those wounds. Don't find yourself making the same mistakes, because it's easier to learn from the worst. And you think to yourself, I don't want to be like my parents, and you end up doing the very same thing without even you realizing it. If you haven't dealt with it, seek for help and go and get some help. And the next, you need to know your worth, no matter what background you come from. You didn't choose your family. God put you with this family for a reason. You didn't choose it. Even though you were brought up by parents that had their own traumas to deal with, and they didn't know the best way to bring you up, you need to just forgive them. If it was that mother who loved herself more than they love you, who found it difficult to just tell you, I love you, to hug you, or even compliment you, just forgive her. And believe in yourself and love you so that you can be able to love the next person. Otherwise, if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love the next person? No matter how your mother behaves around you, let her deal with that herself and be who you want to be for your own children. Don't let them suffer for your mistakes and your mother's mistakes. If you know you can change, then do so. Change your situation. God loves you. That's the man you should be more concerned about than your ugly narcissist parents who cannot give you the love that you deserve. Just know that God loves you no matter what background you come from. But you have to do it for yourself and change you so that you can change the next generation. Thank you for watching. If this is content that you like, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you in the next video. God bless you.